Hi everyone, welcome to another video in the Scriptcase macros course. Today we're looking at the szip file macro. So my name is Nate Carpenter and I'm the instructor leading this course. So let's go ahead and get started and see what this does. So it's a very simple macro, just generates a zip file. You can give it a file or files and it'll compress them into a single zip file. So let's go ahead and look at the documentation here. So here it is. We give it the file or files and then the name of the zip file we want to create. And then it should do the rest of the work. So the file can be a file name, a directory name. It'll compress everything in that directory. Or it can be an array with files or paths to files or directories listed there in the array, and it will compress them all. Or it can be a variable containing any of those options above as well. So then the second parameter is the name of the zip file we're creating. So here's an example of doing a single file here. And then we've got another one of a directory here. And then another down here of an array. So we're going to do all three of these here actually, so you can see how they all work. So it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and copy one of these here. I'm going to copy this first one and take it over the Scriptcase. So I'm going to copy this and take it over. I've got an application set up here. So this is just a blank application, just a place to put some code. Let me copy it here. And I've got a subfolder set up in the folder of this application here with a couple different text files that I can use. So I'm going to use this current folder into a directory called zipdir, and I've got file 1 and then file 2 is my other one. So into that zipdir, I'm also going to put the zip file as well. So I'm just going to call it zipdir, and then file 1.zip is going to be the file name there. So that then should create it and compress everything down. So I run that, and at that point it's done. So we could add some messaging if we want to, but it's not really necessary. That file is now on our directory. So now let's do it so that we can compress an entire directory here. So I'm going to go ahead and take away that file there. So we're going to compress everything in the zipdir directory. I have two files in there, and it's going to be called zipdir.zip, and then I'm going to put that in the current directory here. So I run that, and again, no errors or anything, so it ran correctly. And if you look on the file system, it's going to be there. So now let's do an array. So I'm going to create an array. And that array is going to contain two paths to two different files here. So create an array called files, and then put in there as the first element that path to that first file that we already compressed, that file 1. So it's going to be in our zipdir directory. So I'm going to copy that path, and that's going to be file 1, just like so, file1.txt. Put the semicolon there, and then I'm going to duplicate that line here, and this one is going to go to file2.txt here. So two files, and then I just need to pass in the files variable as the file element, and then I'm going to name the zip files.zip like so. So both of those paths, those could be different paths, they could be in different folders, anywhere that's accessible on the hard drive, as long as it can get to it, and then you can compress them up. Okay, so that compressed the array just like so. So that's how you use the szip file macro to create zip archives in Scriptcase.